What is going on, everybody? TinyMason21 here, and we are back at it again with some more UnOrdinary content. In last week's chapter, it was something incredible. Seraphina was talking to Claire. Claire basically admitted she caused all of this mess. And we are going into a flashback now from what we were seeing. And from what we saw, it was basically like John getting bullied. And Claire actually come and saw and helped him out. It's like that same picture we saw when Uru posted in I think it was chapter 45. That half image we got. So without further ado, I can tell this is last chapter just by looking at this thumbnail, and let's hop right on into it. I met John at the start of middle school. Hey, are you okay? So this is pretty much covering everything we got from last week's chapter. Here, let me help you. Thanks. Looks like we both got beat up in our first week. At least things can only go up from here, I guess. By the way, my name's Claire. Nice to meet you. Oh, hi. I'm John, and we're getting the title card from right here. John had another friend that he known since he was a kid. His name was Adrian. So you mean to tell me he known Adrian since they were kids? They were kids. And when John suddenly got that rise of power, he beat him up? Hello? Adrian was also a low tier at the time. And the three of us got along well because we shared that in common. We always supported each other and we had a lot of fun together. Even though John could fight, Adrian was still the strongest out of the three of us. Why does homie look like Blake? So whenever we ran into trouble, he always did his best to protect us. Bro, this dude deadass looks like Blake. If we just colored the hair like a bit darker red, or if this wasn't a flashback. It didn't always work out, but we got used to these run-ins eventually. Aside from the occasional beatdowns, I was pretty content with the way things were. But I was a big concern for John. Okay, so we know how she truly felt. Hey, something's wrong. He often seemed frustrated and angry. For good reason. Don't you guys think it unfair? Why do we have to deal with all this bullshit while other people get to do whatever they want just because they were born stronger? It's so stupid. Okay. Hey, cheer up. That's just how it is. That's just how it be sometimes, though. Literally, it does. There's nothing we can do about it except train, get stronger, work your butt off, do everything that every other anime protagonists do. John had a lot of trouble coming to terms with reality during our final year in middle school. Oh wow. Alright, final year in middle school. I had my first visit as John. Okay. Hi, Mr. William. Is John home? Yep, he's in his room. Oh no. I know where this is going. Hey John, you'll never believe this. Slam the door wide open, about to make that tower fall straight down. Boom. Okay, I'll be honest. I hate when people do some crap like that. You busy? Don't you know how to knock? I spent the last hour on this. Oh, okay, sorry. It's... Okay, sorry? That's it? Man. Couldn't be me. But guess what? I just had a vision of you. So? I saw you use an ability. Your eyes were glowing. You what? Really? Yep. No way. Claire, don't joke around like that. That's not funny. Bro, even he doubted himself back in the day. Yikes. I'm not kidding, I saw it. Some kind of ray was coming from your hand. I couldn't make it out exactly, but it was pretty blurry. Yeah, whatever. You're hilarious. Okay. Of course he didn't believe me. Looking back, it must have sounded so stupid. Even so. Huh, that's weird. Where did he run off to? He often sneaked away and tried to get this ability to work. Oh, you told me I had an ability. Oh, let me go train that real quick. Oh, I thought you were joking around. Oh, you gave me some hope. And all that hope got destroyed with me trying to do it. Deep down, he really wished it was true. John couldn't stand being as powerless as he was. He always wanted to be stronger so that he could win. Boom! John, just stay down. We can't beat them. Well, looky. Oh, it's the NPCs again! Yo, I think it was Peter that said this. It was like, those look like the same people that were in Ray's backstory. I still think it's like Elena or Winky, whichever one of those two, Tanner and freaking Roker. They look like those three. Little crippled John still want to act up, even though he's the weakest of all. Okay, I take that back. I take back the Tanner bit. The yellow eyes. Must suck to not have an ability, huh? Let me just show you having a useful one. What having a useful one looks like. Bro, these kids, man. These kids, they need to be taught a lesson. Watch closely. Is John's eye glowing or is it just the beam? Oh snap! Up hand to the face! Hey, are you seeing what I'm seeing? His eyes! They're glowing! Huh? What? And he got clocked. Okay, that's a typical anime trope. When someone awakens to new power, there's always that one person out the blue that just knocks them in the face. It's hilarious. Damn, Brett. What the hell was that? You really think you can fight back? Know your place, idiot. Yikes. Hey, don't get worked up. He's not even worth the energy. Okay, I take back everything I said earlier. Better to just lead them to feel sorry for themselves. Come on, let's go. Wow. Just wow. This message is just wow. John, are you okay? No, we just got our asses beat again. But you used your ability just now. Didn't you feel it? What? I felt something in my hand, but your eyes were glowing too. Adrian and I both saw it. This is what I was telling you about. In my vision, you weren't powerless. You do have an ability. Huh? So it was real. I really did use it. Yes! Holy shit, I have an ability. I am weak right now. I'm not a cripple after all. And from there, it all went downhill. That's was the happiest I've ever seen John. I had no way of knowing how much this would change him. And from there, we already know what's about to happen. We already know what's about to happen. Oh my lord. Okay, this chapter was it was pretty decent. Honestly speaking, it was pretty decent. Nothing too crazy. We know John unlocked his ability for the first time. It felt like it was one of them cooldown chapters. Because something telling me with this flashback, we're gonna see like how the whole school just turned up against him. Like these next few chapters, I feel like the school just gonna turn up against him. Let me do my quick review. Okay, the beginning was a recap of what happened last time. It was still great. Now this bit got me. John had a friend that he known since he was a kid named Adrian. But we look back in like older chapters, we saw how Adrian tried to warn him about the whole school plotting against him, and what does he do? He blasts him back and whips his ass. Some friend you are, my guy. I think John was hella misunderstood as a kid, to be real with you, just looking at it. Like, he ain't no interactions pretty well. Except fighting. Now, this Blake lookalike. That caught me off guard. But when Claire was explaining everything, it sounded pretty solid. I have no problem with that. Honestly, I felt like she should have looked more into like John's eyes, like his determination and content to like fight back. I felt like that's something that should have really been pointed out, but that's just me. But this concern bit, and John said, "Don't you think it's unfair?" So I see the motives. Like he had these motives for a while. Like I see where he's coming from with it. But we know once he gets his ability, as we've seen, like, what was that? End of season 1, like the mid ending of season 1, when John like legit was like, "Oh, I'm gonna beat everybody up to protect Sarah." Like we see from there like how he really feels, and like, "Oh shit, I have power. I know I have power. I can whoop all your asses. I just want to put on this facade that I'm weak and crippled." Just like back then, he was actually weak and crippled. And the fact he want to go back to that, because he rather be in times where this is just speculation. This is just speculation, so don't quote me on this a lot. I think he want to be back to the time where he would much rather get beaten up and fight without using ability rather than using it. But he was pushed to the point where he had to use it, so he just conformed with society. I'm just like, I can't really call him a hypocrite anymore just looking at this. I can't really. This is good writing. This is just straight up good writing. Like I'm torn right now. Like, yes, his actions are inexcusable, but there are a reason for it. Even he had these reasons to fight back when he was a kid, so it makes sense. At the same time, the way he executes it, at least with the lower tiers, like they just like, okay, I'll just leave you there. When you're down, like you're not getting back up, you're done. Like when John does it, he knows you're down, just continuously pummels you. Like I'm literally torn right now. This is good writing. All right, this next bit. Okay, so Claire activates her ability, telling John that he could shoot beams out of his hand. Okay, this is pretty comical, and we saw John's dad right there. It was pretty comical because of tower stacking, but when she told him he had his ability, he was like, oh shit, I have an ability. You can't be serious. And he just went in and down himself like, no way, it's not possible. Like I felt bad right there because I know what happens next. Because later on in the series, we see John literally just pummel the living crap out of Melly and Ventus with the ability, and the Royals and everybody pretty much treat him like shit, minus Remy. And we see how all this went down. I felt bad because this dude had so much hope, then just realized, oh shit, this can't be true. So he must have knew his dad was a cripple already, and he thought he was gonna suffer the same fate. One thing I do want to point out is we don't see his mom in this, and that's pretty. Honestly, I'm just gonna be straight up. I hope we see more in the future, at least with that, at least, because that got me questioning for real. But the next part when he was actually training the ability, trying to get it to work. Like he thought it was false, but he wanted to test it out himself to see what would happen. And I still feel bad here because it didn't happen. It's insane. I know he really wants it to be true because, yeah, he want to get back at people that like legit bully him. Like, I understand. Then the fight scene when he actually uses the ability, it was pretty weak. Okay, this scene right here. His eyes were glowing. I thought it was just a reflection of the beam just being shot at him. But no, it's his ability actually working. And I know that had everyone shocked. But it wasn't really a big blast. But then it gets decked. But overall, this chapter, I would give it a I think 6 would be too low. Maybe a 7? Like, not much really happened, but at the same time, it's just like, wow, I understand more than those now. Honestly, it wasn't. It was a good chapter, but it wasn't as crazy as we've seen previously. Like, I know Urchin working so hard with this and everything, and I feel bad for giving it a 7, but I gotta be real. It wasn't really grand, and it wasn't bad. So I'm just leaving it at 7 out of 10. But overall, pretty solid. I can't wait for next week to see how John effectively uses his ability, if he ever uses it again. And wait a second. Actually, I do want to talk about it. I do want to talk about that. So last year in middle school, John ability awakens. Then when Clarence says he had a first vision. But on John record when it said New Boss C middle school, it was a 7.0. I don't think he automatically had a 7. I'm gonna be real, I don't automatically think he had a 7. So I think that was just editing error. Or like a retcon later down the line, to be real with you. I think in high school, it was when he became a 7. But that's the one thing I had to get off my chest, because it didn't have anything for a minute when I saw that little... When he said I saw my first vision of John in last year in middle school. But I'm in this video because I don't want this to go on for way too long. But with that stated, if you enjoyed this content, hit that like button. Question of the week is, how do you think things are gonna go from here? Like, to be real, how do you think things will go from here? Like, we already know what's gonna happen, but what's your personal opinion? Like, I know we're gonna get more backstory, so I want your personal opinion on what's gonna happen next. That's what I want. Subscribe if you're new to this channel, and I should be dropping an update video probably Thursday or Friday. depends on how much I get done and with the other work I got to work on. I can say it's probably gonna be pretty grand for what I got for the channel. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.